Howdy y'all, it's your favorite trainer with a belt buckle, here to help you pass the NASM 7th edition 2021. We are in September. I got my stability ball. I know you NASM fucks love to do all this stability stuff, but who cares about that? We're going to help you pass the NASM CPT. We've helped over 1,600 people pass this. That is our goal, to help you get through this as quickly as possible. If you're not familiar with Show Up Fitness, I'm that high energy guy who drank a lot of coffee and whiskey, who wrote the book, How to Become a Successful Personal Trainer. And that's what I want. Our team in San Diego, Los Angeles, Santa Monica, now in Austin, 2-month internships where you get hands-on learning. I know you're frustrated right now because you're going through that textbook and you don't know what the hell you're talking about, you're reading. And so you want that hands-on, you don't know where to go. Show up, we'll help you. Let's get into today. The 6 most overactive and underactive muscles that you need to know for the NASM CPT. When you see this muscle, overactive, always choose it. So let's start with the overactive or shortened muscle. Starting with the most superior, the trapezius. One muscle, 3 parts, upper, middle, lower. They elevate, they upwardly rotate. They're not going to ask you that shit though. They keep it simple. Just know the upper traps are overactive when you have upper cross syndrome. That's what we like to call it. Don't ever say that to a client. They're going to slap you. Number 2, pectoralis major. Look at that booby. The pec major, overactive. Internally rotates. Adducts. They're not going to ask you that though. They keep their anatomy very, very simple because they don't want you to fail. Why? Because they want you to get the CES, the WLS, the nutrition. Oh, you fell for it. It's okay. You're not a bad person. You wasted $2-3 grand. Read the book. 14 bucks, and you're going to save a lot of money. If you got the bundle for the last 28 days, get a refund. Number 3, psoas major. That's this sucker right here. It flexes the hip. You don't need to know that. You just need to know it's overactive. And what do we do to overactive muscles? 4-2-1-1 tempo. And if you don't foam roll or static stretch, you will go to prison. It is a fact. They actually have a NASM prison. If you don't foam roll and stretch, you got to go there. Don't pass go. Get $200, whatever the hell it was. Number 4, adductor magnus. Adductors on the inner part of the leg. They're what pull you in during dynamic knee valgus. You got to make sure to correct that. Foam roll and stretch. Number 5, gastrocnemius. Posterior shank goes in with the soleus into the Achilles, into your calcaneus bone. Don't need to know that. Just know that it's the gastroc and the soleus that are overactive. And this is your last one that I'll put in. There's a bonus word, the subscapularis. So here's my pec major. If I were to go on the back side, I have my scapula. So this is the back part right here. This is where the lats would be. You have a rotator cuff muscle right here. It's called the subscapularis. It's going to pull the humerus in. That would be overactive. That would be an advanced question from NASM. They're going to keep it simple. It's going to be your upper traps, pec major, your psoas, latissimus dorsi, and your gastroc and adductors. All right, so then we have the underactive, also referred to as the lengthened. And what do? You always got a stability ball, squat, curl, press for everything. Literally, the foundation needs to be stability, which has been debunked, but NASM still loves it. Do a little research on what it takes in physical therapy school to become a strength coach and what they learn about programming. They don't teach you anything. Yet the whole foundation of the OPT model is taught by a physical therapist. I did my research though. NASM's the gold standard. Gold standard of what? Horse shit. It's okay. Let's pass it. Glutes will always be underactive. That's what I'm sitting on right here. And we have a side glute as well. The glute med, and underneath that you have the mid. Those 3 will always be underactive. TVA, transverse abdominis. They're underneath the rectus abdominis, external oblique, internal oblique, and then underneath that is the TVA. It's like a corset. It keeps you nice and tight. One muscle keeps you nice and tight. So when you got the pooping muscles, that's your TVA that you're contracting, bracing. So that's always going to be underactive. Rhomboids, mid and lower trapezius will always be underactive. So on the posterior side, you're going to have the traps, which are going to be superficial. Underneath that, You're going to have the rhomboid major, rhomboid minor, major's bigger, and you're going to have the middle and lower traps that will be superficial. VMO, vastus medialis oblique muscle, the teardrop, always underactive. Anterior tibialis, front side, so it's the opposite of the gastroc, that is underactive. Antagonist would be the proper word. So when I plantar flex, come on my toes, it's going to be the gastroc and the soleus that are going to be the agonist. The antagonist would be the anterior tib. The anterior tib is typically underactive. Then we have the deep cervical flexors underneath the sternocleidomastoid. Remove that. It's going to be underneath, stabilizing the cervical flexors. And then your bonus one would be your erector spinae. We use a chart from the CES. I taught this stuff for 7+ years, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. I had to pass it on over to Megan, Active 7. She's the girl that will get you to pass it. She's already helped over 200 people. I took a break. My liver could only handle so much drinking because that's what I have to do to teach this. And you guys bitch and complain so much in the comments, all you typewriter little trolls. You talk too fast. Put it on slow. This shit isn't going to help you be a great trainer. If you want to be a successful trainer, you got to learn the foundation of movement. How do you talk to a client? How do you get a client? How do you program? NASM doesn't teach you that. They're spectacular at marketing. I always got to put that little jab in there. Put it in the comments. Let's hear you bitching why you don't like it. I don't give a shit. I want to get you to pass this. So you can move on as quickly as you can to start training. And that's how you're going to become successful. Guided supervision. And that's what you're going to get in the internship. You go through it in person, online. We also do weekend seminars. This guide that we have online, patreon.com/ShowUpFitness. We have one for $50. We also have a $200 guarantee. We call it the bundle. Took a page right out of NASM's playbook. Why? Because we don't want you to waste time 6 months studying for this bullshit. Because you're losing money. What you need to do, 30 days. And our program will get you to pass it. $200 guaranteed money back. That's how confident we are. And that's how badly we want you to be successful. Get this shit over with. Because if you were to waste 5 more months, if you were even charged $20 a session, in those 5 months, you've lost out on hundreds, if not thousands of dollars in experience that you need to be gaining. So I don't want you to spend 6 months. I got to learn everything in the textbook. Please don't. Just get through it and then focus on the actual science of what movement is. We teach you the 17 muscles of the shoulder, the 9 actions of the humerus, the 8 of the scapula, which is just funny. I'm an asshole, right? But NASM only tells you there's 4? Elevation, depression, anterior tilt, posterior tilt, protraction, retraction, upward rotation, downward rotation. I counted 8. Why is NASM giving you 4? But yet I'm the bad guy. I'm just a hunk over here with big biceps. For NASM's over here, stability balling their ass off. These are the 6 that they're going to test you on. Know the overactive, the underactive. I'm done. Have a great day. Keep on showing up.